says that it's going to be all the plagues of Egypt, and worse is going to happen in this place. Stuff that is not even that has not even happened before on the earth. So you're gonna see people eating each other. You're gonna see women eating their children. You're gonna see best friends killing each other over a piece of bread, because those are all the plagues that's coming to this place because of the atrocities that's been done here by these people.
Well, it's about to happen though.
Oh yeah,
like
of course. We already know that. That's why we out here. That's why the Lord set up His prophets to come out here to warn our people to repent, so that they can get saved. They can be delivered from that time. But go ahead. And the Lord already knows the majority of our people ain't going to repent. That's why you see you got a few brothers up here and a few people that know the truth. But the majority of people, they just walk by, left and right, just looking at us like we're crazy, like, oh, we're just spewing madness, because the Lord blinded them from getting this knowledge, because He's ultimately going to judge them. The Lord is not dealing with the whole nation of Israel right now. That's another thing that people try to say, that the Lord is going to deliver all of Israel. First, He's not even going to deliver all of the world. He's not even going to deliver all of Israel. He's only going to deliver a small remnant of Israelites, which is the elect. All right? And that's what we're hoping to be. All right?
And feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers and all inhabited places of the country. I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold, and a fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel.
That's right. That's the only time that we're going to actually have peace and pleasure, is when we go back to Israel. Not here in America. You got our people trying to assimilate into this society so much, but all you see is more and more depression. More of our people being kicked out of their houses or living paycheck to paycheck because we're under the curses. No matter how hard our people try, they're not, as a whole, we're never going to be satisfied here in America. You know? They were never going to be, you know what? We're never going to be, as they're trying to say, oh, we're trying to be equal to the so-called white men. We've been here just as long as the so-called white men been here, but why are we still so further down economically when you tie it to the so-called white men? No, Yahawashai.
It is kind of Yahawashai.
Say the Messiah, so you can't pronounce it, but you gotta. That's the name that you gotta. That's all good. So don't apologize. You know, we got our tongue taken from us by this devil. That's another thing that he gotta get paid back for. He took our tongue away from us because he knew that name was powerful. So he told us, call him Jesus. And then he made us think that, oh, that's the name, that's a powerful name. And that name has power, but it has power on the left hand side. Who?
Is the false prophet? Or
the Roman Catholic Church is the false prophet. Yeah. But, and it pushes out that, you know, who's the most people that's in these churches? It's our people. The Latinos, they fill up the Catholic, they go to Mass on Saturdays, and the so-called Negroes go to church on Sundays, which all comes from Catholicism, which is all basically against, you know, that's not what the scriptures. But our people, they do that because they have a zeal of the Heavenly Father. They have a zeal of the
today
Father.
Is Saturday. So isn't today supposed to be the day of rest?
No, but that's another topic.
Another thing?
Yeah, but we gonna go. You said you had a precept, go ahead.
Yeah, I got a precept on you because you said that our people, you know what I'm saying, they try to make something in this society and it ends up not working out for them, basically. So
this is another curse.
Exactly. This is Haggai chapter 1, verse 5. Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. You have sown much and bring in little.
So the Lord said, consider your ways. That's what our people aren't doing. They're not considering why they're the last hired, the first fired. They're not considering why that they just looked at as niggas and spicks. They're not considering why they possess the best God-given talent, but all they looked at as is just being a bunch of buffoons and for entertainment. We literally are the shit. When you think of that word, like, we're the best. Everybody wants to be like us, but nobody wants to be us. You know? Why? Because the scripture says, consider your ways. He's going to tell you about your ways. Our ways, our majority of our people are wicked, right?
You have sown much and bring in little.
The Lord said, you sow much, bring in little. Go ahead.
You eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none worn. And he that earneth wages to put them in a bag with holes.
So it says that he that earneth wages, we go to work, we work probably the hardest, we work probably the most out of everybody during the work week, but here it is, we're living paycheck to paycheck still. No matter how much money we make, this is when we want bills. That's why what Mickey said, more money, more problems. because it's a curse for us. So money is supposed to be a defense. Scripture says money is a defense. But when we don't have that defense, even though we're working so hard, it's because that we're putting our money in a pocket with holes in it, which is another curse. The Lord said that we will be the lender, we will be the borrower, and not the lender. That's why we don't see that about people owning banks. All the banks are owned by these people, literally. These are called the central bankers. They own all the banks of the world. And if you own the money, you own the power. You own everybody. You own how to operate society. And we don't have that. Jeremiah 30. So you got something?
They basically, this is tied into all of the reason of the curses and where we fall from them. The book of Psalms, chapter 95, verse 7. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your heart as in the provocation, and as in the day of temptation in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their heart, and they have not known my ways, unto whom I swear in my wrath that they should not enter into my rest.
That's right. That's talking about Israel. That's talking about the wicked Israelites. The Lord was being long suffering with us when He took us out of out of Egypt. He was being long suffering with us for like 40 years. That's why we didn't go directly into the land of milk and honey, because the Lord had to purge out the wicked Israelites that were complaining. You had Israelites that wanted to go back into Egypt. They wanted to go back into slavery. And it's the same thing you got here in America. We tell our people that the kingdom of heaven is for you, to repent, to get right, because the Lord's coming back. We about to be rulers. We about to be the kings and priests, and our women going to be living lavishly. And people are like, I don't want that. No, I like America. You know, as long as I got my nice house, I got my nice picket fence, you know, my kids go to a decent college, and I'm good. We're telling you about to rule the whole earth, but you don't want that. You want to go back to Egypt. That's how our people are, man. The scripture says that people are a stiff-necked nation. That's what it is. Go ahead. That was that. Yeah, that was it. Give me Isaiah 45 to 4. Jeremiah 30 and 16.
Jeremiah 30 and 15. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee.
So the Lord's saying, why are you crying for your iniquity? Why are you crying for your affliction? He says, because your iniquity was so much, I did these things to you. The so-called white man didn't take us into captivity because he was so powerful. We are literally stronger than him. That's why we rule the boxing world, we rule the football world, baseball world, basketball world. We rule everything. We know, even for pound, any so-called black man can beat any so-called white man up, pound for pound. If that white person doesn't know any taekwondo or anything like that, if it's just two regular niggas, so if two regular people, a black and a white, he's gonna lose. You can see it even with toddlers and kids. You know, a little 2-year-old Jake is gonna pound on a little Edomite kid. It's the energy, like I said, it's the spirit that we are made different. But our wound is incurable is because the Lord has his hand on Esau, the so-called white man, to jack us up. The so-called white man is the Lord's witness stick for us. So until we get right with the Lord, these white devils are going to be on top. And that's why we out here to try to wake up our elect, wake up the Israelites, to tell them to get right so that we get the hell up out of here. That's why we out here. We're not out here to yell and curse and scream and point fingers and all that. We out here for one specific reason, is to wake up the elect so we can get out of here. Go ahead.
All right, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
So the Lord said, even though that these other nations are beating us up, so-called white man, all these other nations, the Lord said that what? Since he loves us so much, that all these other nations that devoured us are going to be devoured. So all these nations that put their hand on us, we're still the Lord's chosen. We're still his apple of his eye. So he's still going to fuck them up, language. He's still going to punish them for punishing us. And the way that he's going to punish them is to let us put them in slavery.
You know, one thing my husband, we always talk about, we don't really ever get into this, but he always tells me that God left us. Like,
well, he did.
Like, he's not helping us at all.
Actually, give me
Isaiah
59. The Lord, he didn't forsake us. We forsook him. And also give me Judges, the 10th chapter, 14th verse. The Lord, it's not like the Lord's up there just not paying attention to what's going on. but he the one that orchestrated it. He the one that let it happen.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's like saying that there's nothing that God can do for us, that we have to. It's kind of confusing. We gotta do it ourselves. Like, God is not here to help us. We have to help ourselves. And look at basically, because he grew up in a Christian church. His grandparents were, they only owned church, and he grew up in it. And he was like, listen, my grandparents are still broke.
You know what it is? Because
and he's like, God ain't doing that.
They're not worshiping the right power. Them churches, like I said, they're set up to lead you further away from God. So of course you're gonna have that mentality, like, damn, my grandparents, my parents, they've been worshiping, going to church every Sunday, and they're still not doing anything. He's still not doing anything. It's because you're not worshiping him the right way. You're not worshiping the right power. That's why now you see in these last days, you see so much stuff is happening quickly, all these prophecies, because that the real men and women of the Lord are being woken up. We're worshiping the Lord how we're supposed to be.
And now it makes a little bit more sense now, because I noticed my brother, he's on with y'all on. I don't know what to call y'all.
We're just the service of the Lord.
Servants of the Lord. My brother's on that, and now I can see where's the difference. And when I talk to him, I tell him things that I know about God. This is not God and false God. He knows this, but now I can understand why it's harder to receive this, because I am a woman. Like, I can't teach him. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to my brother talking to him, it's different. I noticed that he gives more of a response. Yeah. So now I understand. So I need to bring my husband over here one day, and we need to sit here and let him talk. Obviously,
the scripture says that the Lord's voice goes out to the sons of men. So the Lord literally is dealing with the men of Israel. That's why you have Moses, you had all the men, because that's who the Lord deals with. It's an order thing. The Heavenly Father, the Son, the man, the women, and the children.
Yeah, like I've been in situations where I've been in churches and they ran by women, and I've been in, and I feel like I've been in there and they was like, hey, you want to be an evangelist? And I'm like, I don't feel right. It's a bunch of women in here. And
the scripture says that a woman is not supposed to.
I know that woman is not supposed to, speak over a man.
Yep.
And
Yeah, you said you got scripture.
I believe the Bible.
All right, give me your story.
Because to touch on what you said something about your husband, said something about God, he's not helping us, he's not there to help us, and all that. Well, this is scripture hopefully explain why that's going on, why he feels like that. This is Joshua chapter 23, verse 15. Therefore shall come to pass that as all good things have come upon you, which the Lord your God promised you, so shall the Lord bring upon you all evil things until he have destroyed you from off this good land which the Lord your God hath given you. When ye have transgressed the covenant of the Lord your God, which he commanded you, and have gone and served other gods, and bowed yourselves to them, then shall the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and ye shall perish quickly from off the good land which he hath given unto you.
That's right. So basically, the Lord, our forefathers made a deal with the Heavenly Father. If you keep, the Lord said what? It's basically a contract. If you got these law, statutes, commandments, you keep these law, statutes, commandments, I'm going to bless you, make you the best of the best. If you don't keep them, I'm going to jack you up and make you the worst of the worst. So our people being stiff-necked and wicked, they chose to do the left-hand side. They chose to follow after these false idols, chose to follow after these heathens, because that's what happened. These heathens worshiping these false idols, and our people got seduced into doing that, so the Lord jacked us up. So now our people might feel like there's no God, or God doesn't love us because we're in this situation. It also says that in Micah, the first chapter, where's thou loved us? You do what you are.
I got Isaiah. Here's Isaiah 59, verse 1. Behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither is his ear heavy that it cannot hear.
Read that again.
Behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear.
So right there, it says the Lord's ears is not too heavy that he can't hear us, or his arms too short to save us. Go ahead.
But your iniquities have separated between you and your power.
Our sin separated us from our power. The way that we conducted ourselves made us how we are today. The reason why we went to slavery. It wasn't just no coincidence that the so-called white man had the whole world to go around. I'm gonna stop on the west coast of Africa and pick up these people that are not even Africans, I'm gonna pick them up and bring them over here to serve slavery. But before I do that, I'm gonna go to the Americas and then put some Latinos or Tainos into slavery. He didn't do that. He didn't flip a coin. It was a manifest destination for that to happen because that was the Lord's punishment for committing iniquities. There's more than that.
But that's, you know what? It's really confusing for me because I never heard all this stuff. I mean, I heard like some of it. Like a little bit of it, you know? But I was always like, you know what? Just go to Jesus. Just go to Jesus. Go to Jesus.
Why?
And I believe that he is a savior, but like this is stuff that I should know. Like everybody should know.
You can blame these devils. This is why these devils gotta go. Like this is why we talk about the Edomites, all right, who they call the so-called white race. This is why we have great indignation against them because not only did they put us in slavery, raped our women, fed our children to alligators, they took away our nationality. If you take away a person's nationality, you take away a person who they are. You take away their entity. You take away their entity. We're Psalms 83. We literally have no clue who we are now because of what they did. So when you said that, oh, just go to Jesus, because that's what they want you to do. Because if you go to Jesus, that he knows that there's no power in that. There's no such thing as Jesus. Jesus is a Greek title.
Okay, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, there's no such. This is the son of the power. This is the Messiah. But when you think of Jesus, that's what you think about. Because if you think about Jesus, it's a Greek name. So-called white man, he wasn't even the original Greeks, but that's another topic. But when you think about Greeks, you think about white people. So as soon as you think about Jesus, you're gonna think about a white person. So when I say there's no such thing as Jesus, that's not who our power is. The power is Yahweh, which is the Father, and his son Yahweh Shai. That's who we call upon. That's who he told us. That's who we have to pray to. That's who we are waiting for to deliver us. Yahweh Shai. You got something? Yeah.
Read that.
Give me
I want Isaiah 45 before.
give me Isaiah 45.
Isaiah chapter 45 verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect, I have called thee by thy name.
It says, for Jacob, my servant, and Israel, mine elect. Because when you read in Matthew's 24th chapter, the Lord said that he's coming back for his elect. It's only an elect. So right there, let you know that who the elect could possibly be. It only could be the Israelites. Only Israelites could be the elect. You know what you ever heard that term elect?
Yeah.
Like the chosen?
Yeah.
Read that again.
Isaiah 45 verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
The Lord surnamed us his elect. He chose us to be his elect. And how they try to say, you choose God? God chose Israel. The Heavenly Father chose us to be his elect. So that's why, and you have an elect nation, which is the Israelites, and then you have an elect within the elect, which is the first fruits, the ones who are going to be delivered when the calamities happen. But they try to call the churches the tribulation period, but in the churches they try to say 7 years and all that, but that's a bunch of bullshit. Excuse my language.